All right, y'all. Peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar. Digger and Digger. I said Digger and Digger. Digger and Godfrey will be back in the house. Um, I'm rolling solo on this one because I wanted to build with my brother uh, and get into some things direct. We have a special guest tonight here on the Godcast. Shout out to all my people on YouTube Live. Click that like button, click that notification bell, subscribe, but definitely smash those likes so that those you know, the notifications go out to people. Shout out to my man Hassan Campbell. He the one I got that from. He said you got to press the like button so that those notifications go out. So put me on game. We definitely gonna get Hassan on here. But listen, with no further ado, I want to bring my brother into the room because we was having a little technical difficulties earlier. It's almost like the devil was trying to sabotage us. But oh no. You cannot stop the gods. So with no further ado, I'm gonna bring in West Coast legend, conscious brother that I looked up to from back in the days, from the West Coast. You got my brother Cam in the house right about this time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some applause. My brother, how are you?
Man, I'm blessed now. I feel extra good. I feel extra special that the enemy is giving us this much of a problem, this much attention.
Oh man. Well, listen, you know, when they getting put into a corner, when the snake is getting put into a corner by a mongoose, you know, it gets quite frightening.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody knows the story, I guess, by now.
Right.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say that you were the spark that helped to start this fire that I think we are experiencing right now.
Right. I would agree, and it's not because I'm special with nothing. It's just I caught the lob, first, and y'all broke the backboard. My job is just to dish it. I shoot the assist. So it's teamwork that make the dream work or the nightmare work because it's a nightmare for somebody right now. It's gonna get worse.
Right. So just to recap for the people, there was a situation where DJ Vlad, the VladTV, had an interview with DL Hughley, and many people say he misquoted, and many just say he's just straight up lied.
Yeah, he lied.
Lied on the minister, on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, trying to characterize him, basically trying to say that the minister was telling Muslims to pick up rocks and just throw them at Jews.
He trying to fit the black Hitler. He trying to paint him as the black Hitler that his people been slandering about the minister for the last 35 years. So he felt the need that he wanted to take the baton and run with that narrative for his big brothers and them. So we finna deal with this.
And was using that, keep in mind, to try and sway DL's opinion.
Exactly.
Okay. So that goes into the lessons of causing lies and trying to cause confusion amongst the original man.
That's right.
In that country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, as he did that, after that, people like yourself was immediately outraged by it on his head.
Immediately.
You as I were, I mean, you had only been on there probably once, but you were a former guest of VladTV.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. Did seeing someone like me on Vlad TV help to bring you to your decision about you going on Vlad TV?
100%. It's not no help. It was 100%. You know how I feel about them folks. 100%. I felt like if you was there, then you must have had him on a leash. You must have had him somewhat, tamed or trained or something like that, to where you can get, I know who God is. You're not going to be hanging out with somebody as like they your superior. So I knew you had him wrapped around your finger some kind of way. So that's what, all the real ones knew that.
Right. So I watched your interview with Brother Ben X. Shout out to Brother Ben X.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody here. Go subscribe to his channel.
Right.
Love that brother.
Yeah.
Told you. Yes. So what was I bringing up? What were you saying?
Did you have something to do with people coming to his channel? And 100% yes, me.
Right. So that's like a little tangible right there that sometimes can't be. Oh, this is why I brought it up. Okay, because you said you went there.
Yeah.
He asked you, why did you go? Why would you even get on?
Yeah.
You said it's the same reason why we'd sign to a record label, why you'd go up to a big ass radio station and all of that. You know these motherfuckers might be corrupt to some sort of degree. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know who you're dealing with.
100%.
But there is degrees to everything. Some are worse than others. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Why would everybody be talking about going to vote for Joe Biden right now?
Thank you.
How you gonna have a problem with us going on Vlad and you talking about going to vote for Joe Biden?
What if we told you Vlad was the Joe Biden of white people hip hop podcasts?
Right.
Would you understand us now?
The lesser of the evils.
The lesser of two evils, if that's what y'all talking about, right? So my perspective was, yes, he has a great platform. I have a perspective that I believe people need to hear from. Yeah. Like, I have a perspective that they're trying to silence. Yeah. So if somebody's gonna give me their platform with these many millions of people, and then what I say resonates with these people, because I could get up there and say some shit and nobody watch it. There's plenty of people that go on there and nobody watched it, but for some reason, the Lord Jamar videos resonate with people. And I'm getting, I'm giving him numbers 700,000, 300,000, 500. You know what I mean? Like shit that I'm not even doing on my own channel right now. We will be. Right. But so it's like going to a major label and saying, all right, I'm gonna proliferate my my shit like this because I feel like I'm gonna touch more people. And believe you me, he did put me in front of like a younger crowd that probably wouldn't have known who I was it not for me going on Vlad TV. You know what I mean?
True. But how did he even get that influence? We living in their society. His uncles and grandfathers and all of that run this industry.
Absolutely.
He don't got that kind of influence that so-called put you on if the real masters, the real owners wasn't his uncles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to play, when in Rome, you got to play the Rome warfare game sometimes. You got to get a beast to pound of flesh. But
like you got to understand, he's an immigrant. How did this man, a first generation American, come here as a young child and surpass Black people who been here doing the creators of a genre?
Right.
How is he gonna put up his shit and it just automatically surpass them? Like, is it because he's smarter or works harder or is more talented? No, it's none of that.
Did he have some brand Nubian classic albums that he put out?
Did he write one lyric? Did he tap one beat on a drum machine? Did he scratch one word on a record?
Right.
Like, nothing. Like his hip hop resume is nil. And he's not the only one. I question
Right.
people like Rosenberg. Why the fuck
Yeah.
are you a hip hop
mean
expert too?
You mean rodent bird?
Yeah,
Rodent.
Rosenberg, fucking and the other Adam 22, all these motherfuckers. Like, what the fuck make y'all experts on this hip hop shit? Thank you, Mentellect Future Channel.
Yeah, because they uncles own the record labels. They uncles own the radio stations. That's why. That's why they own. That's why they popping. You know, they come from nowhere and pass us right on up with our own culture, sucking the blood off our jugular vein, because they uncles and daddies and grandfathers the one own these companies.
Right, and they can't act like it's not some sort of white nepotism going on, whether it's your family or not. Like, again, it's all about being on code. They know to be on code with you. So now when they see a white boy in hip hop, they're like, let me help this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, cause like, I'm a real DJ. Like, I know how to DJ for real. Like, I scratch, I used to be behind my back, all of that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'll get on IG right now and spin some shit, blends, all of this shit, and to have you like, wow, like, Lord Jamar, I didn't even know you got down like that. Like, mad of the scratching on Brand Nubian albums was me. Like, people don't even know that. It was me. But this guy with the name DJ Vlad, really, what did he do? He put out a couple of mixtapes on the tail end of when mixtapes were like popular, and then we went to those video DVDs type of thing. You know what I mean? And then somehow, and then he fell into the internet shit early. So he's been doing this for a minute, and I guess he saw something early that some people didn't see with this internet shit. I'll give him that. But to come in, achieve the kind of success that he's achieved, to build his thing up basically the same way, and I said basically they built it up the same way America built up America, on the free labor of black people.
Off top.
On the free labor, the same way the White House was built.
Right.
The Wall Street was built.
Right.
On the free labor of black people. And I know he was just like, oh man, this is great. Like, I get these interviews, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't gotta pay for this shit. I gotta pay minimal, you know what I mean? I might pay for a dude's transportation, because he was doing shit like that, put you in Uber and shit like that, maybe pay for your lunch and shit like that. But as far as profit sharing, or as far as trying to, put your regular correspondents in some sort of position of power
to eat like you eating.
To eat like you eating. Because people keep saying, I thought you and Vlad were friends, and he was your friend. Why are you doing this to your friend, Jamar? Listen, friends want to see each other eat. You want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Say that.
Okay? But this dude is the type that he'll just brag all day about the shit he got. He gonna tell me, Maseratis are bullshit. I don't like the Maserati, but I love my new Tesla. A word, Vlad. I'd love to even have a Maserati to know if they was bullshit or not.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when I first got my first Rolex and on. Man, I've been in this rap game how long? I never had a fucking Rolex. Fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like.
So the people gonna ask, why did you put up? Why do we put up with dudes like that? Like, if we seen that how he was playing this, why do we put up with dudes like that?
Well, because we live in America. Because we put up with a lot of shit living in America. Why do you put up with your boss at work?
Say that.
You know what I mean? Why do you put up with that shit? Why do we put up with any of the fucking presidents or the mayor of your fucking city? Why do we put up with any of this shit? Like, it's all some bullshit. Thank you, Kilimanjaro Mountain. Thank you, Lamar Davis. We appreciate you.
So we on the same page on that. We not living in no fairy tale. We're not living in no super steroid Black Panther, extremist. Like, this is wisdom. We both of us is a culture of wisdom where we have to be wise as the serpent.
Aisha said, "You are the Rolex. You're goddamn right."
Say that. Say that. We the bag.
That's right. We are the bag. We are the Rolls Royce. We are the, that finely cut diamond. You know what I mean?
Speaking
Yeah, man.
Can I go in?
Go in, bro.
Is my volume too loud? Is it sounding too loud or something?
Nah,
Somebody
I think
said
everybody say we good. I don't think it's too loud.
Because when you said the Rolls Royce, that of course made me think of Royce, the 5'9", and just
Yes,
all
sir,
this stuff.
Which was the next step in the chain.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go straight in, like from my perspective, representing, like I said on Brother Ben X and other places. The reason why I'm here showing my support and my solidarity is I got to get on code with you and with the Godcast because of what you did. Like Farrakhan is not necessarily quote unquote, your leader. You know what I'm saying? The culture that you from, like Farrakhan. Yeah, we respect them, but but for you to lay it on the line and sacrifice that little shit and make this the straw that broke the camel's back for Farrakhan, then me speaking for Farrakhan or for the Nation of Islam and the soldiers and the homies in the street and all that, that's why I'm gonna get behind. I'm gonna prove to you that I'm gonna try to match that honorable gangster, or not gangster, but manhood character that you did by making sure that I put all my resources. That don't mean we agree on everything, but we don't got to. I agree on that more than anything I ever disagree with you on and shit. That wipes it all away as far as I'm concerned. So
absolutely, brother.
That's what I'm here for.
Let me just let you, just bring you in on my history a little bit. Like I could have went either way as far as Nation of Islam or 5% Nation. Because the brother who really introduced me to this knowledge, he was God body, but he just came home from up north, and there wasn't really no God bodies up around my way. So he kind of started going to that Nation of Islam, and he looked like one of Diesel brother. He light skinned with the, he had that Farrakhan right there. You know what I mean? Like with the wave to the side, and we do our shit like that, brush our shit to the side, so that we got the waves that go this way. So like he took me to the mosque when I was like 13 years old. We went to when they used to have a mosque out in Brooklyn on Utica Avenue. And I ate my first bean pie, and, but that first time that he took me, Farrakhan was speaking at a rally for Jesse Jackson out, and I think it was Hofstra University out in Long Island. So we went out there with the FOIs and all of that, and I got to see Farrakhan and Jesse Jackson speak that day. And then where I grew up at, it was a lot of 5%ers, but then there was a lot of brothers from the Nation of Islam. So we always had a lot of love for each other, but then of course we had certain little ideological differences. But it never got to the point where we never felt like each other wasn't each other's brothers. You know what I mean? And every time Farrakhan would come to New York City to speak, I was there. You know what I mean? When he came to Madison Square Garden, I was there. When he came to the Armory on 140, I forget what that was, in Harlem, I was there. Buying the tapes, doing all that. You know what I mean? So I always supported the minister. Matter of fact, during the time of the Million Man March, I was one of the people that was invited to the minister's home, okay, along with Ice Cube, Fat Joe, and a few other. Wait, weren't you there that day?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. I'm like, wait, hang on. You were there. Yeah. So, and I say that to say, when we were there, were we not treated graciously as gracious guests and with full 100%. Respect, met the family? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when I went,
you trying to be nice and diplomatic. I'm in the nation. I'm grimy, like, you know what I'm saying. I cuss and all of that. I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna say what you ain't able to say, really. And I'm a FOI. I became registered in 1991. What brought me all the way into the mosque was Brand Nubian, was Lakim Shabazz, Rakim Allah, you know what I'm saying? Poor Righteous Teachers, you know what I'm saying? It was 5%ers. It was Nations of God and Earth and 5%ers that even brought me into the nation. So there's never going to be no disrespect on that level. As far as whatever personal, ideologies, that means absolutely nothing when it really comes down to it. That's just like me and you. We grew up together. We brothers. We fight every day in the bedroom and shit, but ain't nobody outside going to be able to come in and say shit.
Exactly. I mean, we literal blood cousins. You understand what I'm saying? Like your father is my father's brother. You see what I'm saying? It's that type of deal. So, but that also shows why, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan being your direct leader, and I do agree, in a way, he is all of our leader, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, he has been a champion for Black people for, I'm not sure how many years.
65 years.
65? Wow. And this this motherfucker Vlad talking about, I ain't been doing this for 12 years. Someone, but 12 years?
12 years a slave.
Serious compared to 65 years of trying to free people's minds? You think your little website of 12 years earns you the respect that this man, that he should afford you an audience? Fuck, man. But anyway,
I don't want to cut your knowledge.
Go ahead.
But it's because of his personal issue. He's personally upset because of his race.
Who believes Farrakhan is.
Right. And who Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam can prove that they are. You know what I'm saying? So it don't mean that we treat you bad. We treat anybody the way we want to be treated. But scientifically speaking, naturally speaking, this is not a derogatory or a religious, spooky, emotional situation. This is the science and the history of the white race against the Black nation. You know what I'm saying? So, and for him to push that same narrative, knowing how sensitive in the context he was talking about Nick Cannon getting punished or whatever for saying such and such about the Jewish community or quoting Farrakhan and this and that, and then you using your 4 million platform of Black people that, or at least have Black people or more, that you promote beef and negativity and incriminate themselves and criminal first 48 confessions and shit you be getting out of niggas or whatever. Like that's what you've been doing for Black people for 12 years. So now you feel like you could say something about Farrakhan, like, I don't agree because he calling us devils. You goddamn right, y'all devils. But that's not an emotional or religious term. We prove the scientific definition of devil, which means grafted. Any live grafted germ from original is devil.
Here's the thing. We live in an age of selective outrage, Cam. Because let me explain something to you. I don't know if you saw it before, but I've sat on the Vlad couch, straight across from this man. When he was, because sometimes he's on a screen, and sometimes he's right there in front of you. This particular time, he was right there in front of me. Thank you, Jamel Saladin. We appreciate you. And he asked me, so is the white man, do you think the white man is the devil? And I looked him in his eye and said, yes.
And that's not mocking. This is not a joke. Just because you see me laughing, but if he had the guts to think that he was going to get you backpedaling by asking you a direct question, I would love to have seen his face when you said yes.
So what I'm saying is, you was cool with me after that.
Right.
You was cool with me after that. Then he talks about, hate speech, Farrakhan and hate speech. And I said, Vlad, you have no problem with the hate speech that we all accept that exists in mad hip hop that we listen to.
Right.
Mad hip hop that we call classic hip hop. I know for a fact you love NWA, Vlad. What they was talking about.
What the N stand for?
Niggas with attitudes. But what they was doing, shooting niggas in the head. Even our beloved brothers, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear this, and I said it. And shout out to Classes Malone. I'm gonna have him on the show, but he wanted to debate me about. I said that Tupac and Biggie have hate speech in their lyrics. Now I'm not saying Tupac. Everything that Tupac said was hate speech. Of course, he had Brenda Had a Baby and Dear Mama. But when you talk about hit 'em up, what you think he's talking about?
Every time we say nigga and bitch, that's hate speech. That's just self-hate
Every time he was talking about killing his own self, that's hate.
Self-hate speech. But they get outraged when we direct that hate speech to who it's supposed to be directed to. The people that actually did the hate actions against us for the last 465 years.
Thank
you.
Now,
once we start rapping about that, now we're haters. Now there's hate speech.
Right. You know so I mean, I love Tupac and Biggie just like anybody, but fucking Biggie said all kind of crazy shit that can be considered as hate speech. We can get into the to the science of why we as rappers might use that type of language in our music, why we would speak a hate speech, because yes, we've suffered under extraordinary conditions that has us mentally warped to where we would speak hate speech instead of love speech to our own selves. But white people like him and Rosenberg, they listen to that type of hip hop all day. They love Prodigy and all that gangster shit, all that, you know, murder music. They loved all of that. And now the minute you say anything, when the brother Jay Electronica said the synagogue of Satan, quoting of something that's actually in the Bible. It's actually a verse in Revelations. And then the minister makes an analogy about the rock of truth, and y'all want to grab onto those things and just turn a blind eye to all the death and prostitution and all that's happened to my people in music every day that's been normalized. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. I gotta give myself a clap for that, god damn it. Shit.
That's what time it is. It's war time, and it's a verbal war. It's an information war. But we gotta identify who the enemies are and who the allies are. You know what I'm saying? So with Vlad, he's just the first one. He's gonna be the first example. Same way Nat Turner's and Harriet Tubman's, whatever popped up on the plantation, and they was trying to free themselves. They're willing to put their lives and their careers or whatever on the line for their people. That's what you doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make examples out of wicked rebels and rebels like Vlad, the same way that they try to make examples, or they did make examples out of righteous freedom fighters like Nat Turner or Harriet Tubman or whoever else, and they chained us up and tied us up, each arm and each leg to a horse, and cracked the whip on the horse and watched them tear us apart. They make gruesome examples of us.
Yeah,
they make gruesome examples of us.
Right.
So we need to make verbal and media gruesome examples of people that violate us today and violate our struggle and our ancestors and our leaders and the suffering, especially if you're gonna call the idea of a chosen people or some bozo shit. And we're gonna I want to get into his black wife.
He don't want us to get into that, but we're gonna get into that. Absolutely. Hang on a second. Thank you, Rowanell Corona. He said, "Will y'all permanently or temporarily ban Vlad?" Oh no, he's permanently banned. There's no going back. There's no backpedaling and all this type of shit. Now let me just tell you what really struck home for me, because, like I said, I think people wanted me to be a little more outraged originally. when it first happened. Um, but again, you know, I've always been taught to do the knowledge, which is to look, listen, observe, also respect, before you do the wisdom, which is to speak or to act. You know what I mean? So that you come across with a proper understanding. So that's 1, 2 equals 3. And you don't want to do 2, 1, because that equals a misunderstanding, which is a bad 3, a backwards 3. You don't want that. So, and yes, this was somebody that I knew, that I felt like, you know, did he do anything directly to me in the past? No, but I've observed some of the bullshit that he's done, and I've checked him privately many fucking times. I've stopped him from fucking doing some dumb white boy shit. Like, bro, don't fucking do that. You don't even fucking understand this fucking culture. Like, see, this is why the fuck you should be even happy I'm around you, bro. Like, because, you know, I'm your fucking black conscience. And I've said this to him on his shit before. I've yelled at his ass on his own fucking show about dumb shit that he said, Dr. Sabi and all this type of shit. Like, I wasn't pulling no punches with this motherfucker. And I was fucking getting on his ass privately about this, you know, this Farrakhan shit. Like, yo, you need to fucking apologize, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I was trying to give him a chance to just do it on his own kind of thing, you know?
That's why we even made this race. According to our history, we made this people to manifest those undesirable qualities and
So
give it form and expression, so we can see it
physically
see it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, and I'm with you, you know, personally on that. The fact that, like, even with my son, and, you know, when we so naturally parental, we got a paternal and a maternal instinct that we want to look out for and cover for our little bad little children and shit.
Yes,
that's one of our little.
Come here, little nigga. I'm gonna put you in the wing.
And, you know, so we actually cover them for them, and but then they take that little inch and take a mile of it and say, yeah, this is my friend. They get to try to name drop and you using righteous warriors to shield they dirty little get down. You know what I'm saying? So they call you friend. You know what I'm saying? And then you say, yeah, that is my friend. Like, I'm actually his friend. He's not my friend. You know what I'm saying? But I'm his best friend. 10 million or more dollars can prove it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them proving are they your friend, you know that you being able to achieve this fame and this fortune off of the backs of, if only, not only generational wealth, like when slave masters or whatever first was established in America, they would allow their brothers to immigrate from Europe, and as soon as they hit the shores of America on the East Coast, they hit them off with 20 acres of land here or 10 acres of land and set them up with businesses and all that. They didn't earn nothing. They didn't earn nothing. But when it comes to, oh, you my friend, and you know that you're enjoying the fruits of 400 years of free labor, rape, castration, dehumanization, robbery, kidnap, castration, lynching, and then you know you making $10 million off of us. If you was my friend, then you would split that 10 million with me or with Godfrey or with Ra or whoever. The fact that you won't do that, you're the opposite of a friend. Exactly. Don't claim that you are a friend. Exactly. You know we do reparations. You know you're supposed to be from the Jewish community. All the Jews, let me say that one more thing. All the Jews that supposedly had suffered the Holocaust, they dead and gone. Why are we still paying to support and make sure that their descendants are balling out in Israel right now? We paying them $22 billion or more per year with their own separate state and territory, separated strictly for race, because of their race and the suffering that they went through because of their race. But then Joe Biden's and Kamala Harris's and everybody else gonna get in our face and say, I'll be goddamn if I feel responsible for what happened to blacks 300 years ago. but you're gonna make yourself a priority to be responsible for what happened to your white Jewish brothers 125 years ago or 75 years ago. They all dead and gone. Everybody that was in them ovens or that was in concentration camp, they dead and gone. There's no more actual Holocaust survivors left. So if you know how to pay their descendants, then nigga, you know how to pay us.
Facts. So listen, we're really, you know, said, you know what? I'm not fucking with this dude. Was the fact that he was being on code with his people. Like Royce came out and said what he said, started talking about solidarity and knowing your worth and all that type of stuff. You want to be a moderator? Hang on. Some people need to be mods in here. We got a lot of
I'm glad I can't see it.
A lot of people in here. I'll make you one later if I could. But anyway, so he was talking about solidarity and just knowing your worth and all that type of stuff. And I'm thinking, man, like of course it's about solidarity. Of course I'm about being with my people. Whoa, hang on a second. All right. So
talking about solidarity.
Yeah, so the solidarity and the fact that this guy got offended. I've literally seen him eat pork. Okay? Like he's that much not a Jew. Like he's a Jew when it comes to being offended by some shit said to Jews and all that. But as far as being a practicing Jew, going to Hebrew school, he don't do none of that type of shit. So that's why it's almost like, well, then why are you getting offended by this? Like, because I'll tell you why. Because y'all just naturally be on code with each other. Y'all naturally, you know, just be on code. Y'all just will align yourselves with each other. And this is something that all cultures really do. And we're the ones that have the sickness of not doing it. You know, we have the sickness of not staying on code with each other and staying on code with somebody else, some other culture, rather than our own. And
we always got to prove. We always got to prove that we're not biased or showing favoritism to other people. And we're the biggest, most exploited, the greatest victims, the most dehumanized and destroyed people in the history of the annals of history. But that did do something to our heart. That gave us a certain kind of heart that we don't want nobody to feel the pain that we felt, even if it's our victimizers. So it's Stockholm syndrome, of course, in a sense. But then another sense is us trying to prove a certain warrior characteristic to our own self. Like, nah, them white people ain't no factor. No, they are a factor. They're exploiting you. They're taking advantage of that intentionally. They're trying to say all the things that you know would get, you know, play your heartstrings and shit and make you like them while they give you nothing.
He likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. Let me just say, we got 2.5 thousand people up in here, I think they said. We need everybody to click that like button. We need all of those likes. Click those likes right now. Mash that button. It's very easy. If you're on your phone, boom, it's done. If you're on your computer, mouse it. It's done. If you're on your iPad, boom, touch it. It's done. Click it.
That like, because we're gonna say some stuff that y'all really like. So
right now, I believe that part of the reason why we treat white people, and not just white people, a lot of people that putting them under the arm, like you said, is because we are the fathers and mothers of civilization. Okay, how can you be the father and mother of civilization if you don't feel like you have to go out and teach civilization to the world?
Right.
And this is what we did. Like, we took our knowledge and spread it across the planet as the you know, the alphas of this planet. as the genesis of this planet, we took the knowledge that we had from being here for so long before anybody else was even here. We took our experience and said, we want to share it. Something in our DNA, something in our godliness said we want to expand our knowledge and share it with other people.
Right. Other people.
Until we got to this guy and didn't realize, well, some of us didn't realize.
Right.
Some of us did.
Yeah.
Some of us didn't.
Yeah.
That this knowledge was going to be taken and used against us.
And we have signs of that. The reason why those pyramids in Giza is out there, that's a sign. That's a sign of high wisdom and knowledge.
Absolutely.
And science of the original people that we had to keep secret because these people existed. And if they got their hands on that type of math and understanding and wisdom, they would destroy us. They would take advantage of that, and we would be slaves, or if not wiped out totally forever. So that is a sign. That's not just a sign of our wisdom. That's a sign of why it was kept secret. It wasn't no aliens or nothing that did that. The original people did that.
Absolutely.
And the fact that this world scientists don't know how it was done to this day should be comforting to you. Those secrets, that is the real root of the secret society. You know, the secret circle of the gods that has always existed for trillions of years now.
And stop letting them lie to you about what we had and didn't have back in the day. Oh, they didn't even have the wheel. How were they? Get the fuck out of here. We might have had airplanes and all kind of shit. Ain't nothing new under the sun. This man want to act like he's the originator of so many things. Trust me, he ain't nothing but the carbon copy. Everything he does is a copy off of something else. Like right now, he can't even come up with a movie that's original. Like all of these movies that's coming out now be like TV shows that were popular when we were kids and shit like that, or we gonna redo how many times that movie A Star Is Born has been literally been remade? Like there was one in the 30s, you know, there was one another like in the 50s, maybe 70s, and that like this shit is crazy. I'm just saying he don't have an original creative bone in his body. Like this is why he's not creating any real like music or cultural things. You know what I mean? He's never written any scripture or anything like that. Like there's no holy books written by this man. Like who are we talking about here? Like, you know what I mean? And why are we following him and believing that he's holier than thou?
Only thing that they innovated is tricks and lies.
But we taught them that too.
Damn.
That's what's so crazy. You didn't even make that up. You just internalized it.
Right.
And you're just so good at it because it's part of yes, why you was brought here. You see what I'm saying? To teach this lesson. And we
so
get it.
Is this hate teaching, Lord Jamar? Are we teaching hate? Are we talking hate?
Now cipher. And now cipher means no. No, we are not teaching hate. I stand by the armor of truth. That's why I never worry about nothing. You'll see me outside by myself, whatever. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm good. I'm protected by truth. You know what I mean? Like I'm a man of God for real.
Yeah.
And so I don't be worried. You know what I mean? Like the devil don't worry me. And he I understand the purpose. Everything has a reason. You know what I mean? Right. Everything has a reason. And at the end of the day, everything comes from God.
Right. So
you know what I mean? Like
so can you give me 3 minutes on that?
Bill, my brother.
I mean, and that's about white people and how they say the Nation of Islam or the 5%ers or the Nation of God and Earth, they hate white people, and they say, no, we do not hate white people.
We do not.
We understand white people. White people are our children. They are errant, immature, spoiled children. Children are naturally, what you would call evil. They selfish, they lie, they greedy, they haven't developed character yet. Even black children. White people are, the white race is like a child, is like your child.
Of the planet Earth.
Of the planet. So that them as a whole, by them being a new people, they're selfish, they're greedy, they're conniving, because they know they're weaker than the original people. They haven't created nothing, so they want to hoard it, or they want to steal it, or they want to, we don't trip because we know we created it. Like, why are you stealing, bro? We giving this to you. Like, you ain't got to do that.
All right.
You know what
why
I'm
you
saying?
shooting the nose off my statue?
You know what I'm saying?
What the problem is?
Right. So, but the reason why the original nation produced the white race is because all through time, eons of time since we've been here, the original black nation has been having problems. We the creators, but our creation has never been quite perfect. We've never been able to perfect ourselves and perfect our creation, because it was always an internal impediment that would pop up, in our character. We get upset, we get disappointed or whatever, and we do something crazy. We get vexed, we do something crazy. So we was trying to find out what is the root of that insanity little factor, that crazy, that illogical, unreasonable thing. And it was a undeveloped, immature primitive part of us, a germ that that resided in the recessive half of our makeup, in the brown germ side, and that we identified and we called it devil, or the opposite of original. It's not emotional. This is not religious or emotional.
Right, or spooky. See, this is
right.
Also redefining for ourselves what certain terms mean. We've been taught what the term devil means or God means from the aspect of our oppressor, or an outside force. We have to define these words for ourselves. So when you hear the word devil, you shouldn't automatically think of some red-skinned person with horns. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't think of like the Exorcist and all that type of shit.
Right. But who gave us those ideas? Who gave us those concepts? Any monster movie, demon, zombie, devil concept, you got it from a Caucasian movie or a book or a ghost story. That still came from their imagination.
Right. And their fear of the unknown.
Right.
Their fear of the ancestors and things of that nature, and the fear of nature itself. Like, they fear nature.
Fear the sun.
And that's why it seems like everything they do is anti-nature. Like, they want to do things that are unnatural. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's all of, and nature is God. Everything in nature was created by God. And so if you go anti-nature, what are you doing? You're being anti-God. And who is anti-God? We know the anti-God as being the devil.
Right.
Period.
And we don't even have to get, like you said, it's not even religious, spooky. If your car, your battery died and you need a jump, you're gonna have two cables. You're gonna have one that's a red, a hot wire, which is positive, and one that they put it as black, but the real negative ground wire is white. It's really a white wire. That's negative. That's not religious. That's not emotional. That's not derogatory. That's the physics of the universe. That's positive and negative is required to make a electrical circuitry to build creation. So that negative force, that negative expression was necessary. But now we at the point that the original man has mastered that to such a degree that we have no longer a need for the negative. Now it's two positive wires. So something is about the creation that's going on now is going to be something that no eyes have never seen, ears have never heard, haven't even entered the heart, because we working with new mathematics now. So that's why we say it's the end of the devil's time. It don't mean that it have to be the end of white people, but if it's an end of evil in human form, it's the end of, if you ruling off of that, it's a wrap for you.
Right, and those practices, because there's, again, there's people we call black devils.
The devil came out of us.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like you have to. It's a way of life. It's a way of thought that we're trying to get rid of. Not a specific race of people.
Right.
And again, I was trying to keep your man. I don't want to keep this even fully
No, come on, let's go. No,
on
let's
dude,
go.
because I
No,
still want to talk about like some hip hop shit. I want to know how
let's
you
go in
got.
on do it. We're here to, let's go in on do
Yeah,
it.
but I want to know about Cam as well. Like the people know in the world need to know about Cam as well. Like this ain't all about, you know what I mean? You don't want
It's a
to
good.
give
I mean,
all your time to
it's
that.
not all my time, but we love beef. We love warfare. We'll watch Vlad TV to see two niggas go at it all day. We stand and keep clicking and go to the next video. So y'all should love to see the original man really going after real enemy.
Oh, they
Y'all
love
should
it right
love
now.
this.
I see them loving it in the comments.
You know what I'm saying? So
They love it.
yeah, that's my thing. That's my passion. I love it. I love going after real enemy.
Thank you, Samaj B25. Appreciate
you. Know what I'm saying? I love going, and he gave us a reason. He was the straw that broke this little camel's back, that broke this pinata and let this candy flow out on like it's supposed to been flowing a long time ago. This is what's getting everybody on cold.
Right. So you started it. Then here comes Royce. Then once Royce hit, now here comes me. And now it's not just one, now it's two people coming together that actually rock with
the dude.
And
that's what set
we
it
get
off.
some of the biggest views that he gets.
But what y'all did, that's why I got to give you props. What y'all did is what, like I said, what John Carlos, they was at the Olympics. Like you in there with the dude.
Right.
So for you to, do that demo against him and lay it on the line and say, fuck this dude, that's what sparked everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas already know how I feel about the nigga or whatever, or about them people. But you right there rocking with him. That's what, in my opinion, that's what really inspired it, the masses. Cam do whatever he do on his little local level or whatever. But to see how you caught that lob and you and Godfrey broke that motherfucking backboard, that's what got everybody buzzing, in my opinion.
Right. See, it's like I knew that we have to, it's all about frame of reference. You see what I'm saying? There's so many frame of reference of people just staying cushy and not standing up for some shit. We got plenty of references of that. Right. You see that happen all the time. Niggas just sitting there and just being quiet and not really speaking truth to power. You know what I mean? I was using, thank you, Doris Muhammad. I was using his platform to speak truth to power, but now it's come to a point where he's the fucking power. I gotta speak truth. You know what I mean? Like, so now we gotta part ways in that type of way. Like, and I'm not emotional about it. Ain't like I want to hurt this dude or beat him up or nothing like that. But I got to show you the power of us all. Because now, for me, it's bigger than just not apologizing to Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? Now it's to the point where not only do you not respect Farrakhan, you don't respect none of us. You don't respect all of us as Black people. Right. Although we are the ones that made you who you are today.
It's a Fed case now. The state then picked it up.
So
at first it was local.
Right. So now if you think that you're not gonna respect us, or if you think that someone like Lord Jamar Godfrey didn't have the kind of sway that we have, because I'm telling you, I was noticing a certain quality of guests that started coming on there. When I saw someone like you on there, I'm telling you, there's a few people, John Sally, Trey D, even a BJ Knock. I'm telling you, if I sat all those dudes down, they'd be like, yo, I ain't gonna front. You're one of the people. If not me, I was one of the people that made them say, like, yeah, I would go on, Vlad.
Well, you was the one. You was the one for me. I'm just telling you. So I ain't got to blow no smoke up nobody's ass. So you was the one for me.
So now think about how many people I might have influenced to even go do an interview with him. But he would probably just try to say, all right, if I was going to pay you, I'm going to only pay you for your interviews that you know, however many spins you got from just your interviews, even though that probably was a lot. But then the intangible part, thank you, Arbonot. The intangible part is, I think of all the people that I brought that came and sat down with you because of me, and then think of all the people that came to your channel to watch me, but then ended up staying there and watching other videos, getting pulled into the vortex. That's some shit you can't really put your finger on. You see what I'm saying? But I know that that's worth money.
Hell yeah, it's worth money. If
and,
he getting paid, you goddamn right that's worth money.
And trust me, he had enough time. He had enough chances to. Thank you, Ruinel Corona. He had enough chances to, you know, donate to the Godcast if you want to. You know what I mean? Like my man. Shout out my man, the Chinese Puff Daddy.
Yeah, Chinese Puff.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's my original investor to the Godcast. Like that's just somebody that just believed in me. I didn't grow up with this dude. He wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew Vlad before him, but this dude just, you need your own show. Yo, man, I gotta get, I want to get them cameras like what Vlad got and all of that. You know what I mean? Like that shit costs a little money. Like, you know what I mean? How much? I got you.
Salute Chinese Pup. Salute Chinese Pup.
Come on, geez. Like this man could have easily did that. All the advice I gave him before, like he never thought, you know what, your Godcast, you could use a little infusion and go get you some lights or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, on me or whatever. Man, that shit ain't never even come to his mind. He thought because he came on my show like twice that somehow we were even. You know what I mean? Like
that was your reparations.
Yeah, that was exactly. That was my reparations shit. I came all the way out to Brooklyn. I came all the way out. Thank you, Zeb Fly. I came all the way out to Jersey when we was doing it in Jersey. And so
I gotta say shout out to Royce the 5'9", because we was talking about myself and yourself. But Royce didn't, quote unquote, have a dog in the fight neither. So he was another one that broke the backboard because he got influence and he got a big following and he's a brilliant, intelligent warrior.
Yes, he is.
So for him to put his name and his relationships on the line like that, because Vlad ran to him. When I banged on Vlad, he started running to all of y'all. Like, to try to find cover with respectable, reputable street dudes, that can keep me off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and he's talking shit about all of us right now. Trust me, we're all some losers, some ass bitches, fuck boys, and he's saying that shit. Just say it to yourself, because
say it to yourself.
Don't say it audibly out loud, because that would not be good. But
and say it to your wife.
Say it only to her.
Say it to your wife.
Yeah. And did I tell you that she, according to him, she was the one that said to not apologize to the man. She told him, his business partner told him, don't apologize. We got 3,000 people watching. Man. Do we have 3,000 people that click the like button? No, that's what I need. No, I need 3,000 people that click this like button. All right.
So Vlad's black wife, according to him, is the one that told him that he don't have to he shouldn't apologize to Farrakhan.
Right.
His black wife told him that.
Black wife told him that.
Y'all heard it here.
Who he never likes to talk about for some reason. Like, it's almost cryptic. Like I can understand you not wanting to say her name or even show her face, because people are crazy out here on the internet and they might try to, fuck with your family or some shit. Like, I get it. Like, I don't really like posting a bunch of shit about my family either. But I'm not going to deny that I, have a wife and children and all this type of shit and be so hushed. Okay.
That's directly relevant to all of this. Because if you're promoting, you talk about people's, you air out dysfunctional dramas of rappers and black athletes and family issues. I got a couple of homies that, I ain't gonna say their names, but big names that they got an issue with Vlad because he aired out they offspring's, dysfunctions or problems or whatever. So that's why I even gave my word that I was gonna ride on Vlad, till the wheels fall off because of that. I'm not going at his children, but I'll definitely deal with his wife. I'll definitely deal with him and his wife, and how relevant that is to this equation.
Right. I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like all I can say now, he fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was an asset, and now I'm a liability to him. You know what I
Not to
mean?
him. You're an asset to your nation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So what do he matter? What
Oh,
does
he
he
don't matter
gain?
at all. I'm just saying, in his mind, he's like, damn. He didn't really realize. Like, he tried to call my bluff when I was like he probably really thought that his platform was so popping. Like, they're not gonna walk away from this. Like they whatever it is he thought we was getting from the shit. He's like, they're gonna want to keep this shit going. Thank you, Paris Porter. Thank you, Ralph Bottle.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
I'm gonna keep my 10 million, but they're not gonna. They wouldn't dare walk away from the no parts of this 10 million that I'm giving them.
Right? They would exactly. They wouldn't walk away from the no parts of the 10 million that I'm not giving them. They're not gonna walk away from that.
They're gonna walk away from that.
Because they really believe that motherfuckers care about clout and all of this type of shit. Like, when people tell me, "Oh, you're clout chasing," like, I don't give a fuck about nobody's fame and all this type of shit. Like I've been known way more than longer than some of y'all motherfuckers have even been born.
I thought you was the clout. I thought it was the strangers and the nerds and people that didn't have no history or no track record that's trying to get up next to you to get the clout. That's what, if we talking hip hop.
Listen, I got truth to speak. You know what I mean? I got knowledge to make born. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And I try to get it to as much people as possible. Thank y'all, Dumar Justice Allah. Peace to the God. I try to get it to as much people as possible, and I try to formulate ways that I can do that. Y'all also remember when I was on the HBO show Oz, right? There was a lot of fucking bullshit on there, right? But I brought a character on there that was in the 5% Nation. Thank you, ma'am. Food Reviews. They said, get on code. That's right. Hit like that. So I'm trying to proliferate it where I could in different places that people wouldn't even expect. You understand what I'm saying? And trying to hit as many, you know what I mean, people as once as possible. And I knew that was somewhere that not just people from our generation, but the younger generation. And right now, even if I put out you and I, and we could speak about your record, Culture Vulture, that you just recently put out with Dame Dash on it. But yeah, we could put out records and all of that, but are these little young kids gonna really listen to it and all of that type of shit? With the shit we into, if we're not mumbling and doing all the funny type of style, maybe not. But what they are doing is listening to what I have to say just when I talk, because my wisdom has that magnetic in it. You know what I mean? I got that piece of magnetic that draws people in for whatever reason. You're attracted to what I say and how I say it. And so now I got little young boys coming up to me, 21 years, yo, I watch your videos all the time. Yo, my girl is mad. She hear your voice all the time. I be just watching your videos for hours. You know what I mean? Like I be soaking in the knowledge, OG. Yo, you be dropping some knowledge, girl. And I'm just like, thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. And they was getting it from his channel. They was getting it from his channel. But now, guess what? The only place you're going to be able to get it now is over here or other, black media outlets. Because, other outlets, if you want me to come on your joint, I'll be more than happy to come on there. This is not I'm just going up to Vlad shit and all of that. But nah, I'm trying to build my shit up. So we definitely on this hashtag cancel Vlad, and some people was like, "Oh, I'm not really trying to cancel him." No, I'm trying to cancel him. I'm trying to cancel him
I'm trying to cancel it.
because canceling him means, putting us on. You know what I mean? It means elevating us. Thank you, Timothy Muhammad. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
That means elevating us. So, you got to pick sides, and I just feel like we help to give a frame of reference, set an example of, sometimes you're gonna have to make hard decisions. A lot of us got people that we feel like are white friends and all this type of shit.
Yeah.
But when the shit really jumps off, what are you gonna do?
Man.
Are you gonna worry about keeping them comfortable, or are you gonna be on code?
Be on code.
And rock with your people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's not anti-white. That's not an anti-white position.
No.
That's a pro-self.
Father-in-law said we are not. He said we are not pro-black or anti-white. He said we are pro-righteousness and anti-devilishment.
There it is. There it is.
We are pro-righteousness and anti-devilishment. So what you want to do? Thank you, Mouth Bottles. What side you want to be on? And you can't ride the fence. Well, I'm going to be a little, I'm going to be with the devil. But nah. You know what I mean? Like, either you with us or you not with us. So I definitely knew that was going to be a strong statement. I'm not going to lie. I did know that it was going to, it was also going to put my son in a position to now have to make a choice, especially, since Godfrey and I did it together.
Right.
I feel like it was much stronger that we did it together. If we both would have did it individually, it would have been cool. But the fact that we did it together in a unified way, I think that was really strong. And so now that put my son in a position where he had to really, analyze, because my son is out there doing the work. He's out there doing the civil rights work. You know what I mean? He's out there touching the people all the time, and I believe his heart is pure. You know what I mean?
But like the Bible said, the sons of man presented themselves to God, and the devil came also with them. In other words, we hanging out with devils a lot of times, and we don't even realize that our partner all the time was a devil. Until you and Godfrey got together and put that, you didn't put the pressure on my son, you put the pressure on the devil that made him pull his mask off, and my son had to see what it really was, and like, God damn, I was deceived. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was my friend. And he's an honorable dude. Like, I'll die, I'll kill for my friend, I'll take a position against my own people for my friend. Newsflash, that wasn't your friend. That wasn't your friend.
Facts. Because if he was your friend, he wouldn't try to put you in harm's way.
Right. He wouldn't even have brought your name up. He wouldn't even have brought your name up. He would, Vlad, if he was honorable, if he was righteous or whatever, if he was in the right, he would need to bring nobody's name up. He didn't have to bring Don Enoch's name up to me. He didn't have to bring my son name up to Royce. He didn't have to bring whoever name up to you. And
see, if you notice though how he operates, like Vlad is a name dropper. Like Vlad, it depends on
clout chaser.
It depends on who he's talking to. Will depend on the name he's dropping. So, for instance, if he's talking to a big pimp or something, he'll be like, yeah, because I was talking to Magic Don Juan just the other week. Me and him are friends, and da da da. Or if he's talking to a big gangbanger, he'll be like, because Tukey Smith, I've talked
Big
to
you.
Big you. Yeah, I just got off the phone with him. That's my guy. And if he's talking to somebody, that's conscious. Me and Lord Jamar, and Cam has been on here.
Right.
I get NOI to do my security. So you know what I mean? Like, so it all depends on who he's talking to is who he's name dropping. You know what I mean? And so
for him to be able to continue to extract his 10 million from our blood vessels.
Right.
It ain't that you just name dropping for the sake of name dropping because you're just trying to be cool or whatever. No, you're extracting more money from us than all of the people you name drop and put together. So you know how to come among the righteous, telling lies and dropping seeds and causing us to fight and kill and doubt each other. You know what I'm saying? While you run away with the bag and we left going at each other's throat. That's called Satan. That's what Farrakhan was talking about. You pick up the rock of truth and you hit, like David and Goliath. You hit Goliath. He's the Goliath now. He's an institution now.
Right.
Let me show you how you destroy these idols and these giants. So Cam got his little rock. You thought Cam wasn't nothing. Oh, Cam got one little smooth stone in the name of Allah. I'll throw it, knock you down, and then the homie's gonna saw your head off. And that's what's happening right now.
Right, and it's all about momentum. And you hit him. Listen, you could have hit him with a pebble. A bunch of pebbles is gonna end up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feeling like a boulder after a while. A drip makes a puddle, and a puddle can make an ocean. Like, you know what I mean? So,
like Nip says, as long as you stay at it, don't quit. I'm not gonna quit. Why y'all still talking about Vlad? Why is the Jews still talking about the Holocaust?
Right. Oh, and let me just say, because he so wants this to go away. Like he was like, listen, Jamar, you know, before we even made this announcement, he said, I'm not even going to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to bring it up in interviews. So this is some of the biggest news right now, but he didn't report it on his channel. Right. Dan, that's how bad he wants to try to not talk about this. But this is actually one of the biggest news.
Hip-hop stories.
Hip-hop. I mean, mad other outlets are covering this.
Yeah.
But especially the black media.
Oh, yeah.
Is definitely covering this.
Because it's a racial climate right now, if y'all haven't noticed. It's a race war on different levels, if you haven't noticed. So, you know, you're not getting away from this one, Vlad.
Thank you, Point of View Boulevard. And I can't read everybody's comments with your super chat right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep a train of thought with the brother right now. And some of y'all questions and statements are like throwing it to the side, but I am appreciative of everybody's donation tonight. Definitely don't forget to go and click that like, okay, so we can get our algorithms up. This is how you start, you know what I mean? This is how you get these YouTube channels up and you get them strong and all this type of shit. This is how we overtake this motherfucker.
Right.
But literally within, you know, a day or so, I know for a fact he's lost at least 10,000 people.
At least.
Now he might think, oh, well, I got millions. That's nothing. But again, you keep it going, the drip becomes a puddle. And I wanted to say that, yes, we do have to. Why must we keep applying the pressure? Because in the days and times that we live in right now, people's attention span is so short. Things usually blow over within a week. Like, trust me, I've had multiple internet beefs, you know, where certain people's fans, you know, I said something bad about a certain artists, and their fans would come at me. Now, every time this happened, the duration for how long their fans would come at me would be about a week. So after the first time it happened with the first big artist, and it was Kanye. With the first time with Kanye, his fans went on me for about a week, you know? And it happened with another artist. You know what I mean? Eminem, everybody knows. His people came. You know what I mean? The first time they were about a week. The next time they came at me, they did go for about 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But I don't hear from none of these motherfuckers no more. You know what I mean? Like people's attention span is very short these days. And so you have to keep reminding someone just the same way they keep reminding, like you said, about the Holocaust, 9/11, never forget, all
never
of that
again.
Shit. But they want us to, why don't black people just get over
it? Get over it.
Forget about this shit. Like, why they keep harping on that? Because you fucking won't forget about shit. Why I gotta forget about some shit? You know what I mean? So I'll tell you what we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget this hashtag cancel Vlad.
Nah.
We're not going to forget this unsubscribe from VladTV and subscribe to the Godcast.
Right.
Think about taking the Yanadameen off. It's hard. People have a hard time saying that. We might just be the Godcast.
Yeah,
but anyway, so we go to subscribe to the Godcast and unsubscribe from
VladTV.
To VladTV. And not even just the Godcast. I want to see all Black media win. The Black Authority, Tariq Nasheed, Fly Nubian Queens TV, you know, Sonetta,
Brother Ben X.
Brother Ben X. Man.
Yeah. So,
Brother Sanchez. Come on. Man. Let's go. Come on. Young Pharaoh. Come on. Let's go, man.
I can't stamp that
Brother,
one.
Oh, you don't like Pharaoh?
Nah, I can't do that one.
Okay.
That's Fed bait. That's a whole different conversation.
Okay, I'm not.
That's Tekashi.
Some people watch him.
That's Tekashi 6ix9ine to me. So anyway, but back on our subject.
Reza Islam?
Yeah, well, of course, Reza. Yeah, of course.
Reza Islam?
Yeah. But this thing is the real enemy is just like the OJ trial. OJ, that was just one individual, but we kept on seeing the media stand on. They wouldn't let it go just because Ron Goldman and whoever, I think they was Jewish, is, the people that was killed. But you heard about that for years, over and over. They still don't let it go. So if they're able to do that over that type of subject matter, what about somebody that been poisoning our culture and extracting millions of dollars from us and then shitting on our leaders, Farrakhan, Dr. Sebi, reparations, the idea of a chosen people and all of that, and he's doing it from his platform. So this is like the OJ trial. Like, you're gonna keep hearing it from me. This ain't all you're gonna hear from me, but I'm never letting this go until it's over with, until justice is served.
Shout out to UB News. Shout out to Gully TV, my man Jamil. Yeah. I mean, we've been talking for a minute.
Yeah, we can do a part 2 or something.
It's almost a great time. It's almost coming up on 11:11.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's a good hour.
That's a good hour.
If you don't know, on the spiritual side of things, 11:11. That's a good time. That's a good meditation time. Can we talk a little bit of hip hop before we get out of here?
Let's do it.
I mean, first of all, I just want to say, because I'm not sure if you know, but because I don't think we ever really got a chance to meet back in the days, like when you first came out. But you were somebody I wanted to meet, because it was like, I was like, yo, we gotta, and I knew before all of this East Coast, West Coast shit even started, I was like, yo, we gotta bring this like East and West shit together. Like, I was like, yo, those gangbangers out there, those is our soldiers and all of that. We just gotta get their minds right. You know what I mean? And when I saw you, I felt like you was the epitome of that. I said, yo, this looks like a dude who's definitely from the hood, might have some experience with gangbang culture, but now he's got knowledge of self. Shout out to the 11:11 crew. Yeah, everybody. 11. I was like, yeah, this brother can be one of those linchpins, one of those things to help bring it all together and help bring knowledge of self and make it cool out there. You know what I mean? Like organically out there, and and I was loving that, and I just like your music and style. No diss to the brother, but I liked your shit more than like the brother Paris. Remember him?
Yeah. From the
Bay. I just he was cool, but I just liked your shit better. Like, you know what I mean? And just your energy and just how you know what I mean? You just look like one of those FOIs too, like official, like, you know what I mean? Like, where he just looked like a smart guy who was like,
Yeah.
On
It's
some
all
conscious
good.
shit. Thank you,
Yeah.
Boho Tech. I appreciate it.
Shouts out to Paris. That's my G. He a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
guy.
Nah, no disrespect to him, but
Yeah.
you know, I just appreciated your stuff more. And you was coming, you know, I really was a big Ice Cube fan too.
Right.
You was fucking with the guy that, you know,
Yeah.
was like one of my favorite rappers at that time. It was like
Yeah.
when he came with that death certificate and all of that, it was just like,
Oh yeah. He was
that
killing them.
man. And even America's Most Wanted, that was
Yeah, he
my
killing them.
joint. I
He
was
was
loving
killing
it.
them.
So the fact that you came at it, like, how did you really, you know, get exposed to hip hop and really start? Well, first of all, when did you first start loving it? And then two, when did you decide to become a participant in it?
From the LA culture, we was always doing it from when Run DMC came out. But you know, just like in sports, high school and junior high school football teams, and you know, when the cheerleaders take a certain song and they'll change the words and say their school name, we was doing that same thing with these with these Run DMC lyrics or these Grandmaster Flash and Fury 5. We would replace certain names with our hood or our homies or whatever. So that was the beginning of mixtapes in LA. That's the definition of LA mixtape. It was gang bang and stuff, like when you transplant the words that the rapper was saying with your hood shit or your or whatever. So
customize it.
Yeah. We was making mixtape, Mixmaster Spade, Mixmaster Ken, like, you know, Compton and Watts, rest in peace Spade. So that's what we was on, and we was selling dope, you know. So we didn't really need the money. So we wasn't trying to rap to make money, because we was making money. That was just something that you would play in your car, in your whip, because that's when Nissan trucks and Suzuki Jeeps and all that first came out, and big speakers and amps and all of that. So we was having money, but
bazookas and all that.
Yeah. So we just needed we needed a soundtrack. So that's what made us fall in love with hip hop or rap. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know really nothing about the culture. We was gang banging. We wasn't, like you say, we wasn't conscious. I didn't know nothing about Allah. I used to hear Rakim, all praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing. I had no clue what he was talking about, but it sounded fresh, it sounded fly, and niggas was gang banging to that. They was doing drive-bys to that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It just sounded fly. It just was gangster. So it meant something.
Rod was running with some gangster ass dudes at that time, even though he was talking some little, you know, he had that 5% element in there, but that Paid in Full posse, them dudes on the back of that record, those was all some real gangsters on the back of it. Oh yeah.
There it is. Same with LL though. Like LL used to, shout out Bobcat. He used to, you know, they used to bring, you know, LL to the hood, to LA, you know, and you know, we wasn't fan, like, you know, LA is different. We're not fans or groupies, whatever. Like, you know, the way we show respect is we'll try to test you or something. That, you know, we want to get close to you, see if you a real man, if you're a real dude or whatever. So a lot of times with people that come up from out of town and they think like, you know, they be tripping, I don't like it out there, but that's the way we show respect. So LL used to come in the hood parties and all of that. So, you know, it was just that it was a beautiful time, and that turned us on and opened us up to the whole hip hop culture and ideology and all of that. So I didn't really know nothing about it. I was on the West Coast street thing.
So when did you say, you know what, let me start writing my little raps? First of all, where's the name Cam come from? Is that a derivative of your real name, of your government name?
Yeah, it's a couple of things, but it's short for Kamal, and which is an Arabic name, mean perfection. And since I'm short of perfection, I'm short of perfect. You know, KAM is short for KAMAL, and it was also my initials of my slave name. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then I started doing the knowledge and found out that Cam was, you know, is another derivative of the word Kim or Kimite or black or land of the blacks. Mm-hmm. So that made nothing but sense to me. So I rolled with it. Yeah.
Right. So now, so tell me what made you start rapping, like, you know what I
mean? Just like I said, hood. We love music. You know, black people. That's our heartbeat. That's natural for us. So if it's harmonic, you know, and we black and we descendants of 400 years of slaves. You know, that's therapy for us. I can't even function without some good music somewhere in the background or some soundtrack to something.
Yeah, but I know plenty of people that love music, but they don't participate in it. They don't pick up a guitar, but they like to hear people playing one.
Well,
so that difference between when you go from loving it and then saying, "Let me try to actually do this myself." You see what I'm saying? What was that impetus there? What motivated that?
My homeboy, my play cousin, my homies that I grew up with, my homie Randy, my homie Ross Lauren, because they was having, we was having a little money and doing our street thing, and then, they decided they want to buy some turntables and buy some records and buy some mixers, and because we partying and drinking and smoking whatever, so buying big speakers, that's part of partying, and when you making a little money, so we need a DJ. You know what I'm saying? You got money, like we ain't got nothing else. That's like our white folks. They ain't got nothing else to do. They get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go jog and walk their dogs. And man, what am I going to do today? They ain't got no bills to pay, so they got money. So that's what we was doing when we had money. We was buying equipment and learning how to do our own little DJing and making our own little mixtapes for our homies or whatever. And I start rhyming or whatever. We clown, everybody freestyling, everybody drunk or high and having fun. And I was kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of nice. And, so I started writing. I started putting the pen to the pad and saying so, and it was even nicer. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's kind of really how it started. And then I linked up with my homie Solo and Big Jess and Mo Like from Watts and Lil D, from my neighborhood. And we started putting our own little independent album together, and while we was putting that album together, we ran into Ice Cube. We was in the same studio, and my homie Solo was already kind of interacting with him back and forth on some other stuff and telling him about me. And so we finally met up, and he was working on America's Most Wanted album. And he came over to the studio next door and was listening to what we was doing. He's like, man, I'm about to do my own thing. I just went solo, man. I'm looking for artists. I got this girl named Yo-Yo. I got a group called the Lynch Mob, you know what I'm saying? I want to rock with you. I want to mess with you. I was like, all right. So that's how that started, so, the rest was history. The rest was history.
Now, when he approached you at that point, were you already in the Nation of Islam, or were you?
Nah, I wasn't. I was just studying. I was just kind of studying. That was like
just studying.
Yeah, that was 89, around 89. So I didn't become registered in the Nation until 91.
Okay.
So in that time when I was just studying and coming into the knowledge or whatever, that was like my reward. It was crazy, but that was kind of like my reward. The more I would commit to do the knowledge and trying to, discipline myself and do this and stop doing that, the more he would, I guess it would attract. Cube was like attracted, like, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, he picking me up from my house and on the east side every day. Like, homies like, damn, is that Ice Cube? Like, so to me, I'm like, man, this thing that I'm studying and I'm using my mind to focus on is really working. It's positive. Yeah. So that's really how how that even started.
And was a lot of people around you starting to do the same thing, or you was messing with people that like was selling dope, and now that you get knowledge, they kind of, well, but see, you get knowledge, but you also with Ice Cube and shit like that.
Yeah. So that's
it's not looking like they looking at you like you corny or something.
Nah, that's what made them want to, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was part of the best day, the funnest part about it, because we didn't have to keep doing the shit that we was looking over our shoulder or, have to worry about this aspect or this consequences or whatever, because now it's going into some legal stuff. And I'm learning how to rap about a real enemy instead of not my real enemy, which is other black people. Because me and Q kind of used to little bump heads a little bit, not on nothing major, but he be wanting me to, man, you gotta, the lyrics gotta be a little more gangster. You gotta say this, like, nah, I'm gonna say my riding for these white folks. I'm riding on these white folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he respected it. Like, all right. And by me taking that strong position is what influenced him to do the Death Certificate album. Okay, I'm gonna ride on these motherfuckers too. I'm gonna show you that I'm on code too. So the Death Certificate album
All night
was him, you know, leveling up to get on the code that we was on. And then, you know, I leveled up on the code that he was on. So it was a respect.
Thank you. All night. All night put hashtag B1. That means black first.
Black first.
Hashtag black first. Yo.
Yeah, all day and all night.
So when you first signed to a major label, what label was that?
I didn't sign to a major. I signed through Cube's production company, which was Street Knowledge Productions. And then he took me to East West. I was on East West. I think y'all was on East West too. I don't know if you
on Elektra.
I mean, yeah, we was on. Well, they merged, so we went from East West to Elektra. So in '94, I went from East West to Elektra, and we was on the same label at that time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And Elektra, and then Elektra became WEA
and all that. Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Sylvia Roan and all that
didn't even exist anymore. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, I feel like I was seeing Cam for a minute, you know what I mean? And then
you know why you stopped seeing Cam. I'm sure you could figure that one out.
I mean, probably one of the reasons you probably stopped seeing Brand Nubian. But
yeah, exactly.
Let's hear about it. Do you think it has anything to do with with that prison pipeline they created where they started cutting out a lot of the positive music and all that? Like, do you believe that that's something that was real? And do you think you were affected by that? Like why didn't we hear more of Cam from your perspective?
Yeah, it's not a belief. I absolutely know that's why. You know, I was there. I was there when the JDL, the Jewish Defense League, wanted to do something to Ice Cube. Me and Compton Mines 54, the captain at that time, Shaheed Muhammad, and myself, and you know, they was ready to do something to Cube. And you know, because you know, he had just made You Let a Jew Break Up My Crew, talking about Jerry Heller and all that. I put a bullet in his temple, get rid of that Jew, that devil real simple, put a bullet. So they was testing the water to see if he was really with us. And if we would have said he ain't with us, he wouldn't be with us no more. You know what I'm saying? He would be no longer with us. So it was not no game. You know what I'm saying? This is real warfare. These people really control the narrative. They really write the history, and they really print the money. You know, the Federal Reserve and all that. These is their uncles. These is their family members. These is those Zionist family members. So if you don't hear from Cam, or if you don't hear from Brand Nubians, or you don't hear from X-Clan, or you don't hear from people like that, poor righteous teachers, it's because of that. It's because this is our culture, but now it's run by these people who runs YouTube right now. I mean, like, shouts out to Dame Dash, because he calling their names out. Leor Cohen or whatever, whoever it is, was over there at YouTube now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
So that's what time it is. It's time to call names and pull the covers off of them and see what they do. That's my shit. I don't want to do no subs. I ain't doing no subliminals or no hints or no riddles and shit. I'm calling your name out.
Facts. Tell me about. All right, I'm fast forwarding now.
All right.
Tell me about the group you have with your younger brother, Young Bruh.
Oh yeah, Young Bruh.
Fruit Pruno, is that the name of the group?
Yeah, Fruit Pruno. And, we Fruit, F-O-I, Fruit of Islam. Pruno is a jail drink. You know, on the West Coast, it's called Pruno. And other places called Hooch, other stuff.
Okay, Pruno, got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's because we both been in jail. Like, the reason why he's called Young Bruh, because I got that from the Quran, the younger brother of Joseph, which is Benjamin. And Joseph was thrown. He was thrown away by his own brothers. His own brothers was jealous of him because they seen that he had a gift from God early on, and they wanted the attention of the father. So they had to get rid of their brother and throw him in the well. And he went through prisons and all kind of stuff. He had a rough life because of the jealousy and the envy of his own brothers. And his only brother that was really down with him from his same heart line was Benjamin, or his younger brother. So that's why my little brother Marcus Muhammad, I gave him the name Young Bro, because I recognize myself as that Joseph of the hip hop game, and he was the Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? So he seen his brother be in a prison of isolation and rejection from his brothers, and being blocked and left out of everything, and starving and losing family members and losing marriages and all kind of stuff because of this fight, this position that I've been taking, just like yourself, against this real enemy. It costs real lives, it costs real family, it costs real blood, sweat, and tears. So shouts out to my young bruh, young Benjamin, and we working on something right now. He's on a remix. I got a remix coming for Culture Vulture. Okay. Culture Vulture featuring Dame Dash. I just hollered at, well, I shouldn't even say that, but it's, oh man,
Shout
what
out
I really need,
Dash.
You know what I really
I'd
need,
love
though?
to get him on this show.
Oh, yeah. You know what I really need, though, or what want?
What's that?
I want a Lord Jamar feature on this remix. I need a Lord Jamar on the Culture Vulture remix.
Come on, you should let me do an old school type remix where we flip the beat and all that.
Let's do it. Y'all hear it here first.
Like an East Coast type of one.
Let's do it. You produce it.
I'll send you the beat right after. I'll send you.
All right, well, there it is. I heard it. We gave our word. Word is bond.
Now, so somebody just said too. It's funny that right when you said that, somebody said y'all may need to make a song together. Like somebody just said that.
Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine Lord Jamar, Cam, my son, and Royce the 5'9". Imagine that.
Ooh.
Can you cook something up for us?
Absolutely.
All right, well, there it is.
Absolutely.
So this Vlad thing ain't going away.
Oh, I told you, we're not letting the attention span wane. Like,
no, this is how you keep
that's
the
all
attention.
He's trying to do. He thinks, listen, I'm not going to talk about this, Jamar. They could talk about this, Vlad, and VladTV has had its biggest month ever last month in the midst of all this going on. Like, that's what he tried to say.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I wasn't involved with the shit yet. You know what I mean? Like it was just getting started. Like, don't think just because you survived through the spark that you're gonna get through the blaze. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're mistaking, my friend. Like it's getting ready to be blazing in this business in North America.
Watch. I just hollered at. I'm not saying nothing, but it's heavyweights lined up. So depending on what if you can cook up one or two different beats.
I've got mad beats. Trust me. Don't worry about that.
But this is going to be the theme, though. We're going to be on this for a few weeks. We're going to stay on this for a few weeks. But I'm never getting off of it. I'm never getting off of it. But as far as this aspect of it, this little phase of it, we're gonna have fun with this, and we're gonna make some money and do some shows and do a video and clown and all kind of stuff.
Why not? I mean, at this again, we need examples of brothers coming together. You know what I mean? For one common cause, for that social equality, and just show the world, man, that we can unify. That Black people aren't all about this unity that they count on us to have. You know what I mean? And now the fact that, because I've had a nice conversation with Royce already, the fact that someone like me and Royce, who've had differences of opinion in the past, but said, fuck all of that.
That's gangster.
We coming together.
That's gangster. That's gangster.
That's even
that's gangster.
So much of an iller. And when y'all see,
that's gangster.
Man, it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, I would love to, that would be an ill song right there that you were talking about.
And shout out DJ Quick, shout out J Electronica, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say why I'm shouting them out, but we'll chop it up, you know.
Well,
yeah. Oh, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get super ugly.
It's
gonna get super ugly, bro.
Go Jay Electronica. That's another dude that I.
Yeah.
Wow, that's my guy.
Yeah, I hollered at him today, so it's about to be super ugly.
Thank you, Ola Lesio. Yeah, nah, I got this. He said we need DJ Premier. Trust me, I got this. Y'all need to hear this. These new beats I've been fucking with recently.
And y'all, like I said, I'm just putting it on Jamar because of his demo. If he didn't put it on the line and did what he did, then then yeah, maybe I'll be going for somebody else to do the beat. But because of what you did, I'm just telling you. And me representing the Nation of Islam and the FOI and the army of the nation, you know, I'm riding with you. You set it up. I'm riding with you. I'm on your team. You knock it out.
Listen, I definitely appreciate your support, and I'm here to support you right back, brother. You know what I mean? All right. Do I have? I know I have it on my phone. Let me airdrop it to myself real quick. Put this on the screen for the peoples. Let me ask you something. Were you forced to like put that thing over his face?
I was advised. I wasn't forced to put over his face.
Right. Yeah.
No, I was just advised. You know, I don't care. I don't care about getting sued. I don't care about whatever. I don't care about getting my page shut down. Like, I'm one of those dudes. Like, I don't want to put myself in the same category as no Japanese kamikaze suicide bomber or nothing like that. But a person that ain't scared to die, you can't do nothing with them. If I'm not scared to die, I'm definitely not scared to get sued or get whatever y'all think y'all might threaten me with. I'm really with the war. I'm really with the warfare on whatever level. There it is.
All right, well, there it is. West Coast Cam. The new Cam, his new single, the one that we could do probably a few remixes to.
A couple of remixes too with some
Culture
heavyweights.
Vultures by the DJ Vlad disc, produced by C Note.
Yeah, shouts out C Note for the guys Productions LLC. C Note in the building.
Featuring
Dame Dash. Dame Dash blessed us since he was, as far as I know, he coined the phrase. He put out a book.
He did coin the phrase culture vulture.
Yeah. So I had to reach out for him just on that, just like I reached out for you. I'm not a thief. I'm not a plagiarizer. I give credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying? I took off my hat, saluted, bro. Can you bless me with this? And he was like, oh, for sure. I got you, Cam. Let me know what you want. You want publishing? Let me know what you want. You got it, because business is business. And he's like, man, it don't matter. Whatever you want to give me or whatever. Okay, well, I'll work it out. But he been riding hard, calling out names for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So
yep. And that's why they don't like him, because he makes them comfortable.
Yeah, I love it. I love Dame Dash. Shout out. I don't mean we agree on everything, but I don't care what I disagree with him on. The thing that he riding hard on, just like yourself, far outweighs anything that I might have an issue or a disagreement, or we haven't, that means nothing. Like I don't, that just like I told somebody else, we all have anuses. We all got, a poor part of our planet.
Right.
As long as you don't show it to me and I don't smell it and I don't show you mine, then all I see is the shining best part, which is that, the dome and the wisdom. That's all I'm concerned about.
Indeed. I mean, I think a lot of us can learn from the lesson of, listen, come together for what we have in common instead of being ripped apart by the little things that we might disagree with. Like, we can agree to disagree, yet still work together. You know why? Yeah. Because they do it every fucking day. They do it every day. Yo, you got white people like that hate the fucking white dude they working with. They're like, you see that guy? I fucking hate him. But I made a fucking $1 million with that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how they move. Like, and I'll never fucking let that guy out of my sight. But he's a fucking asshole. I'll never fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they talk about their own fucking people.
Yeah.
So, just imagine how they talk about you. But yeah, that's the type of shit they do, and they'll just stick to each other. They don't have to like each other. They'll come together for what's their best self-interest. What for the self-interest of each other as a whole, rather than, you know, my individual likes and dislikes. And well, he likes, you know, he likes Heinz ketchup, or he likes Hellman's mayonnaise, and I like Miracle Whip. Like, fuck that. What? You really fighting about dumb shit like that? Like,
we
like
are.
Nike, I like Adidas. Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, come together. We both like sneakers on our feet. We both like, you know what I mean? Let's come together for that. Let's come together where we really agree on as Black people.
And on that, let me say this one thing. Shouts out to Lil Boosie. Shouts out to Boosie.
Shout out to Boosie. Did we contact?
But I'm reaching out for Boosie. I'm trying to contact Boosie because
yes, we are.
A month ago he was going in on Black people. He was going in on our people, saying we stupid if we supporting Gucci, if we buying Gucci. He publicly said that. Yes, so I gotta call you on that, bro. Like, so is what Vlad doing now? You know, if we supporting Vlad after we know what he done said and did, are we just as stupid? So we got to get all the way on code, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? I can't force you to do nothing. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? But if you on Vlad team or whatever, after what you see he said, and he still ain't apologizing, he took a position like, I'm not apologizing for this, you know, for a person that you know represents being a champion of us, fighting against the beast for 65 years. So he's forcing your hand. He's forcing everybody that said they was cool with him, forcing their hand to speak out. Now we need to know where y'all stand. And it's not no punk thing, because we know you're a real one, but we need you to get on code. Everybody need to you know, lay it on the line and let this little parasite go. We need to cut this leech. We need to put the little cigarette butt to this leech and make him let us go.
We got breaking news, Cam. Joe Biden actually said, you're not Black if you interview with Vlad or if you watch VladTV. That's what he just said.
That's what he just said.
He just said it. It just came through on you're not Black if you sit down with VladTV and or if you watch VladTV. Not Joe Biden.
If you still subscribe. If you're still subscribed to.
And if you still subscribe. If
you're not Black.
Unsubscribe and then subscribe to the Godcast, you're not Black.
You're not Black.
That's what Joe Biden said. I didn't say it. Joe Biden said that, apparently. Well, listen, man. I feel like, how far do you think our foot is up his ass? About knee deep?
Not far enough. Not far enough. I need to, you know.
Knee deep?
Yeah, it's knee deep. It's a
little stinky in here, though, I'd say. I mean.
Yeah, it ain't until we actually do some demos of unity. This is a unity demo, but I'm talking about something that can't be erased.
Right.
Once we do like that's what records represent. That's the power of hip hop records.
Right.
Once we do that record, now that's some Hall of Fame stuff. That's immortal. That goes up there with the Olympic fist in the air. You know, you can't pull that back. We did that. That's a bullet that goes out the chamber that you can't call it back.
Right.
I'm happy when we do that. Then I'm happy.
Let's go. I'm with it. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Well, hey, man. I think we've, you know, for now. I mean,
for now,
you've now become a friend to the Godcast. Let me just give some applause for that. And you're definitely welcome to come back and build and you know what I mean? Anything that you got going on, you're always welcome to come up here and you know, even if it's just for a regular sit down and What you
I
got?
got something going on. I got my ionic colloidal silver. You know, it's
Oh,
COVID-19.
that's your
Yeah,
own colloidal silver?
yeah. I've been making this since 2009 for my
Yo,
family.
I could go get my colloidal silver right now. It's not my own, but I'm saying
Man,
I'm up on the colloidal silver. So if you are selling your own brand, I'd
oh
love
yeah,
to get it from you
oh
as opposed
definitely,
to where I've been getting it from.
oh definitely. You know, I'm gonna give you the love. You know, and
Okay.
this is you know, I'll go on. You know, once we get off here, I'll let you know
Yeah,
my
give
credentials.
me all the links and all of that. So
Yeah,
because I'm gonna put this private after we finish. So then we're gonna
right,
put up, we're gonna put it
right,
down,
exactly. Chop it
chop
up
it
and all
up,
that.
and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Then I'll put links in the
yeah.
description, all that.
So anybody that's watching right now, though, you can go to westcoastcam.com, cam with a K, westcoastcam.com, and you can order it. It's 4-ounce bottles. It's heavy. It's potent. Parts per million, 20 parts per million. And if you never heard about colloidal silver, it's the strongest natural antiviral known to science. Like I said, it's been suppressed by the FDA because they can't patent it. They can't put a patent on it, so they don't want us to know about it. But
It'll knock out damn near anything.
any
As soon as
disease
they was
causing,
talking all this corona shit, colloidal silver.
it is.
I wasn't sure. Colloidal silver.
It
Like,
is.
just to make sure.
It is.
My brother Reality's probably on here right now. He's another colloidal silver user.
Yeah.
And I definitely been recommending it to people for years. So I'm glad that you've gotten into the, you know what I mean? To where now we're providing goods and services for people.
Essential services,
Essential
survival services,
especially things that help us prolong our life and
health and
bring us
quality of
longevity.
Right.
Correct. Well,
thank you, bro.
Thank you for sparking this off, and that's what I'm saying. A spark in the wilderness, in the forest, can become a blaze, and you see all the forest fires. You live in California, so you see the type of shit that been going on, and that could have started from one little match. You know what I mean? And now you can't contain the motherfucker.
Yeah,
that boy is hemorrhaging. He's hemorrhaging subscribers as we speak.
And it's just begun, Lord. It's just begun. It's just begun.
I know.
I don't mean you. I'm not saying you have to stay on the case. Y'all keep doing whatever y'all doing.
No, I'm on the case.
Cam finna be on that ass. Cam is on his ass.
I'm with you, Cam. We all staying on the case because the case is about being unified. We in some solidarity now. Like, I don't give a fuck why this or why haven't we done this before? It doesn't matter.
You gotta start
why
somewhere.
now? Exactly. Yeah. You gotta start now. And if he's the guy that somehow helps us to unify and bring together give black people an example of unity amongst strong black men, so be it.
So be it.
So be it. Like I don't know why it didn't happen before, but it's happening now.
It's happening now. So gotta start somewhere. Let's go.
Gotta start somewhere. Listen, brother, I appreciate you.
Likewise, guys.
Again, your IG, where they can follow you at West Coast Cam, correct?
Yeah, at West Coast Cam, everything. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at West Coast Cam, KAM.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, brother, I appreciate you. And
appreciate you.
Yeah, man, everybody in the chat, again, click that like button, subscribe, comment, share.
Y'all can go to my YouTube too. Y'all can go to West Coast Cam and give me some little subscriptions. I don't got no Godcast like Lord Jamar, but y'all can give me some little honorable mention follows.
Some numbers. Give them some numbers. So yeah, well, actually, you're the first live that we've done since we've surpassed the 100,000 subscriber mark. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of y'all. Couldn't do it without y'all. And once again, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I am Lord Jamar. That is your brother West Coast Cam, and we are out of here. Peace.